Dogwood fills the night. We just roll right through stop signs. I know you hear.
Are we recording? You gotta tell me if we are.
We've been recording.
Oh, we are now. Okay. All right. Three, two, one.
I'm like a pro in editing
You're
now.
I know. Look at you. You're the pro.
Yeah. I'm the writer, the actor, the director, the producer.
I hope you're paying yourself fairly.
I'm not. $0 an
Yeah.
hour.
I'll make sure to let the Better Business Bureau know about your practices.
Thank you for being on my podcast. The whole point of this podcast is it's a personal healing project for me. And I'm reaching out to people who I, respect and wanting to learn about your experience with self-love. And I want you to give me advice. And one of the things that I like about you is that you're really honest. You're kind of brutally honest. Also, I think you're very funny. And we know each other through the comedy scene, so I think that this will be a good opportunity for your insight as a human. So, Mike, What would you say is the thing that gets you out of bed every morning? Your biggest motivator?
Oh man, definitely the air. I don't I mean that's a big motivator. No, honestly, if I could, I would just stay in bed the entire time. To be honest with you, like I would have to say Bills. Then Bills, is that a good answer?
That's
Bills?
a great answer.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna treat this like Hollywood Squares. By the way, I'm just gonna give a really shitty answer. You determine which is true. So no.
You treat it however you want.
I love life. I really do. I truly do. No matter how hard it gets for me, I think tomorrow presents itself as a new opportunity. The future is what kind of wakes me up every day and is my motivator to kind of get out of the bed, because I definitely want to, succeed in life and be in a better place than I am right now. And bills. That is true. Bills are crucial. 'Cause then I won't have a bed to get out of if I don't pay those.
So when you wake up in the morning, is that your mind goes to, okay, bills, I got to do that, but also this is where I want to be?
Yeah, but in between those two places, I'm like, how much do I really want this future? Like, I could just stay in this bed. I fight that a lot, but yeah, that's just, that's just temptation trying to tell me to quit my dream. So, but yeah, a lot of fighting in bed, to be honest with you. So
I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah.
I mean, part of this whole thing for me is dealing with like a pretty like intense depression, learning what gets other people out of bed, because when I didn't have a job and had a broken ankle and couldn't fucking do anything, it was really, really hard to get out of bed.
Yeah.
It was hard physically because of my ankle, but it was also hard emotionally. Tell me what you like most about yourself. It doesn't have to be one thing, it could be a lot of things. Don't say penis.
Yeah, no, I mean that's at least third down the line. But first, nah. I do feel like I am a caring individual. I do have people's best interests at heart, especially like just for example, like in comedy. And I'm not saying I'm a mentor, but like if anyone needs advice or if anyone kind of needs that little extra push to keep themselves going in this game, then I'm more than happy to do that with not trying to get anything out of them. I do like that I'm very spontaneous. I like to just do random stuff. It could be any time. I wake up in the morning at like 9. Like when I used to live in Florida, I'd wake up at like 9 or 10 and be like, I want to go to the amusement park, which on paper it's a bad idea. One, because you're getting a late start in the day. Like ideally you want to be the first person in the park so you can like run to those roller coasters, hit them a couple times before the place fills up. Or again, I'll be like, let's go to the mountain, or I want to go to the mountain, even if it's by myself. And I'm not a master of really anything, but I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. Like I'm good at like a lot of things, but I'm not great at anything. I would trust myself to like frame a doorway, but not to build a bridge. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I mean, I'll probably get sued for either one, but
What about you do you feel like is your biggest hindrance in success or in reaching what it is you want to reach?
Being afraid to fail and rejection. Being afraid to fail and rejection is easily, probably rejection before that, but because you can't be afraid to fail. Like you have to put yourself out there. But I think rejection, like the fear of rejection, is my biggest hindrance. Realistically, in my business, in our business or in our art, we have to kind of be self-promoting ourselves, especially early on in our careers. So it's very important to self-promote. It's very important to get on the horn and call every producer you could possibly call, whether it's in state or out of state, and just, hey man, you have a spot. Hey man, do you have a spot? Hey man, you have a spot, and you have to just continually, get rejected. And so I think that's the biggest thing that kind of hinders me, because I'm just not doing that. And I try to say it's like, oh well, I'm still developing, and you know what I mean. But realistically, it's just like I just don't want to keep getting rejected. So I need to hire someone to do that for me. That could just be rejected for me. That'd be the ideal thing.
So you don't even have to hear the rejection.
Nah, like listen, Carl. You just take these calls and you tell them, all right, maybe next time or something like that. I don't know, man. But my guy's name's going to be Carl, by the way. But go ahead.
Regardless, even if it's a chick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Carl. That's it.
How do you get to the point where you get a Carl though? My question is, because I deal with the same thing in a lot of areas of my life around fear of rejection. So what I'm seeking is, how do you build enough like self-confidence, love, and respect to be able to even get to the point to have a Carl? Okay.
You can either go get it, or you can sit back and wait for it.
Yeah.
And it's going to probably be longer if you just sit back and wait for it.
Or it won't happen.
Or it won't happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an almost Carl?
No, I do not. I try to get people to be my almost Carl, and they just think it's a scam. I don't know. Yeah.
How are you going to do it?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna actually have to reach out to real Carls, like people who.
I think you're gonna have to be okay with being rejected a few times.
Yeah, that's for sure.
In order to get to your Carl who finally. Other than career, do you have other things that hold you back from what you want?
Yeah. So right now, I feel I kind of have tunnel vision. So I'm really concentrating on just what's going on with my life and my career. It's definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint. All these other kind of, cliche things I could say about it. If you think about, like, for me, comedy is like, how long I've been doing it, which right now is just a little bit under 5 years, and that's actually my age in comedy. So I'm 5 years old. When you listen to like the successful comedians and you listen to their testimonies, a lot of those people will tell you that they've been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years before they even had their break. And there are so many out there that just will never get their break. For me, success is also not a Netflix special or, being on TV. If you can literally pay your bills doing something that you love, that's a success. If no one ever hears my name or ever sees my name on television or in lights or whatever, however, if I'm doing comedy and I'm paying my bills and have a little extra cushion, then that's a success for me. So that's really where I'm at. So I definitely try to have a realistic viewpoint on it. Sure, I'd love to be as famous as Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart, but I definitely try to have a realistic goal about that as well. So
yeah, to be a comedian, we both know takes so much, so long, so many years to master. And are you ever even really a master as a comedian? I think that a person has to have a certain level of confidence to actively pursue that. What is it that gives you that confidence and drive to persist?
Just being famous and banging hoes. That's all I really want to do with my career. So
Shut up.
Yeah.
No, but about you
just
internally.
take people's money. I don't want to have no message to say to anybody. I just want to do dick jokes and just punch down. That's all I want to do is just punch down. No,
No, but But what I'm saying is internally, when
Yeah.
you take a step back from yourself, you look at yourself from a distance, what
Yeah.
is it about you that you believe can do this?
Me personally, I think anybody can do anything they want to if they put their mind to it and they put hard work in. They teach that to us as kids. Why doesn't it stand true as an adult? I think a lot of the times adults, they don't really think they can reach dreams because they're kind of submerged in the reality of what the world is, bills and having a job and stuff. But realistically, if they were able to carve out time, and a lot of that is they do have the time, it just may not seem like it. And so they just need to kind of carve out that time, and if they put in the effort and the work, you can do anything you want. For me, I really get excited by going on stage. I get really excited by making people laugh or groan. The way it is for me is here you have, let's just say, like at a normal comedy show, you have 100 people. They're all coming from all different ways of life, different styles of day or types of day that day. Some people might be having the best day of their life. Some might be having the horrible day. And here they come into one room collectively. And now it's your job to hopefully either just kind of take them out of their world and hopefully kind of make them laugh. You want everyone, again, to come together as a collective whole and just kind of laugh. And if you can do that as one person, I think that's special in itself. You just got to make yourself get up there, and the more you get up, the easier it becomes. The butterflies in my stomach before I go on stage, they were super, super heavy when I first started, and I was doing it so much that it was. I still had them, but they were not like they were when I first started.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened. It took been almost a year. So those kind of built up again now on like the limited mics that I have done. But I love that feeling. I never want to lose that feeling. I always want to have that little bit of, at least that little bit of anxiety before going on, because again, that's just it's just a motivator. It makes you feel alive, and I wouldn't want to do something that doesn't make me feel alive. And the more your jokes have substance behind them, and the punchlines are harder hitting, the more you do that, it's just going to give you confidence, whether you have confidence in yourself or not.
Yeah, that makes sense. For me, when I first got on stage and had zero confidence, and I faked it. And I didn't do well, but I faked the confidence and I made it up on stage and I made it through my set. And then the next week I was like, well, I did terrible, but fuck it, I'm going back, and you're totally right. And every time, even when you bomb, your confidence builds because it's literally about you being on stage and delivering, and you get one fucking laugh. It's game changing. The first laugh I got, I was like, oh my, it's like an orgasm, like it feels so good. Okay, before I ask my last question, wait, did I already ask you?
8.5 inches, what?
No, I'm just kidding. That's going in the outtakes.
Oh, good.
Do you have any advice for me in terms of relearning how to have full confidence and appreciation for myself?
There's no one in this world who's going to be there for yourself more than you. Nobody. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust, and you really can't beat yourself up over little insignificant things that can happen in your life. Just kind of taking things one day at a time. Rolling with the punches when they are thrown at you, and then just making sure that you just continue, just do things for yourself, buy things for yourself, spoil yourself. You know what I mean? If you do have a support group, great, but if you don't, then just take care of you. You're the only one that's going to take care of you, right? So, yeah. And then just always look towards the future, look towards tomorrow. It always offers a brighter day. Again, I just think that I think you're an amazing person. So, just making sure that you are celebrating those kinds of feats in your life, and just focusing on the good things in your life and not dwelling on the bad things in your life. And I think, not worrying about what people's perception is and what
that's That's
Yeah.
my biggest problem.
And that's what you have to, because who are these people? No one matters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here's just for example for comedy, right? So, in the comedy scene, there's a lot of drama. So we're in Seattle, and one thing I like to say is, God, did you guys hear about what happened to Cynthia Johnson in the Cincinnati comedy scene? And my friends would be like, no, what happened? I'd be like, exactly. Like, who is Cynthia Johnson? Like,
Yeah.
who is, like, what does it matter? So, I think just concentrating on yourself and loving yourself, not worrying about what people think or say about you, surrounding yourself by true people who love you for who you are and not what you can do for them. But you're a beautiful person inside and out. Just keep telling yourself that. And you have so much to offer people. You're unique in your personality. You know what I'm saying? Just love who you are. And you have to, even if you have to force it, just you have to love yourself.
Yeah.
And that's it. And just spoil yourself, girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. That's excellent
Yeah.
advice. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best thing that happened out of 2020 for you?
Getting out of 2020.
Fair.
No, it's pretty much just kind of transitioned to the same situation anyways where we're at. But I think I was very blessed to have a job during the pandemic where I was still kind of essential. I will say I was kind of blessed to be in a supervisor position because there were several people that were not, and that we did have to kind of significantly reduce hours or let go of totally. So I was very fortunate of that. I was very fortunate to put a little bit of money to the side, and I got a boat, and I gutted it and put it back together, and now I'm kind of looking to sell that thing, and
Nice.
so I had a pretty productive 2020 for not doing comedy as much. I did a lot of writing, just like any other year, just minus the pandemic, really. It was supposed to be a bigger year for me, that is for sure. I was, but the damn thing cut me off here, so this year, I think. Yeah, stupid
Yeah.
COVID.
This is the year.
Did you know that my little granny, she's kind of racist, but like in a cute way, and no, I know, but it's kind of like innocent because she thought COVID was this little Jewish boy down the street making all this trouble. I know, man, like it's crazy.
Oh, what my
No, I'm just kidding.
God.
That's funny though, right? Like COVID sounds like
It does.
COVID and David, those two fucking bastards.
God damn it.
I'm just playing around. Fuck COVID, man. This is bullshit.
It is bullshit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But I loved this interview. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Dr. Pepper. Captain Morgan. Where's my Captain
Where
Morgan?
is your goddamn?
Vitamin E face cream. I don't know, like the Washington State Lottery. The Washington State Lottery. Like, thank you, please.
Tiny hands.
Yeah, tiny hands.
Tiny hands. Tiny hands sponsor me.
All
All
right.
right, Mike.
All right, Allison.
Thank you.
Rose. All right, Allison Rose from Seattle, by way of Bremerton.
Let's
Yeah.
call it Bremerton.
Bremerton? Where the hell's that? Bremerton?
All right, Mike.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, agreed. Thank you.
Okay. Yep, and I'll see you on the flip side of the ferry one time.
Yes.
Okay. All right, talk to you later.
We
Good night.
just roll right through stop signs.